Hi, friends and fellow Earth Angels. It's Gladys, and welcome back to another one of my pick-a-pile readings. And this pick-a-pile will be themed Healing with the Angels. Happy New Year! Happy 2020. It's an exciting time. I've been speaking to people and they're talking about already feeling the shift in this new energy. I had just posted a Sunday card reading where we as me and the angels talked about nurturing yourself, being very gentle these next few weeks. I know so many of us want to out of the gate, get everything done, make huge changes, and it just fizzles out. So minor adjustments over a long period of time are way more effective than trying to move leaps and bounds all at once. You know, I'm getting that image of the tortoise and the hare. The angels are really reminding you to embody the turtle energy. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Patience. Patience is key. Patience with yourself, patience with the process. And so I was going back and forth about what my first reading of the year was going to be. And some people asked for what is 2020 going to be and future readings. And there just seemed to be some resistance for me in that. And, you know, I'm a big advocate of being in the present moment. Of course, with me being a triple Cancer, my shadow has been being a dreamer for so long, and spikes and feeling excited and then depressed, and so I've been really trying to, in my own work, and this may also help some of you out there, be present and stay in what is happening in the present moment. So I have opted out from doing a 2020 future reading, like what's going to happen card reading. And I'm not saying it's good or bad, right or wrong. It's just something that I'm not resonating with right now. But I do want to do a reading on what the angels want you to know here and now, or really whenever you're guided to watch this. It will be for the energy in the space when you watch this reading. And I just trust that the universe and the divine will place it in your view when you're guided to watch. So healing with the angels. What do the angels want you to know right here and right now? Right now I'm channeling it the first week of January. So I'm going to pick our three themes with the healing with the angels cards. And then I'm going to get messages from Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is the visionary. He's the angel of creativity. He helps with problem solving. He helps us with communication and speaking from the heart. So I'm going to ask for his guidance in what he sees you can benefit from here and now in this moment. Then we'll get additional messages from The Answer is Simple and Sufi Wisdom. And then we'll finish up with an angel prayer message. So, all right. Going into 2020, the space that we're in, what are the topics we're going to choose? So let me open up space by inviting in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light who would like to assist with these messages for you today, specifically the Archangel Gabriel. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good and the best and highest good of all concerned. Okay, friends, let's see. Healing with the angels. Let's pick 3 cards, 3 themes. And as always, take in the messages that resonate. Leave the rest for somebody else. You may benefit from something from all 3 readings, or you might just stick with one. It's completely up to you. Trust your intuition. Okay, let's see. What? Okay, so let's do this one. This one. one more. 3. Okay, friends, let's see. Let's reveal. So we have emerging. Beautiful. We have support. And we have truth and integrity. Wow. I love it. I'm so excited to channel this. Okay, so emerging it feels like an energy that will be somebody coming into their own. Maybe in 2019 you did a lot of deep inner work. Maybe you learned a lot about yourself and you're emerging into this earth angel vibration and getting more depth into your spiritual being. So I would say that would be for the emerging pile. Support. This would be, I feel like if you've made some changes and adjustments, maybe you're going into this first week of January, your soul groups look very different. Maybe you're on a soul singular journey and you've released a lot of people, places, things, and ideas, and maybe you're needing the extra support, or maybe you've worked on your inner circle and you're working towards a much more solid, stable support system. Then I would say choose pile 2. And then truth and integrity. Right off the bat here, I feel like this might be for those of you who may be struggling with decisions. I also am getting an energy if you are a person who may be receiving a lot of external information and you're not really sure what the answers are or what to do. I just keep seeing the word decisions, and the angels can maybe assist you with moving forward in your own truth and integrity. This also could be if this feels a little more of like a shadow or a challenger pile, or if you're feeling challenged in trust, and maybe as you go into this new year, there's been a lot of awarenesses of like true colors in people, and maybe it's been a little painful or a little challenging. Maybe it's been a little enlightening. So anyway, that would be the energy so far that I'm getting with pile 3. Okay, so I am going to pick the rest of the cards. So if you are not interested in watching how the cards unfold, or you're already clear about what it is, that the pile that you want, in the description box below is the timestamps. Okay, so let's begin. Archangel Gabriel, for emerging, what message do you have for the emerging pile? Let's see here. What message do you have for the emerging pile? And support. What message, Archangel Gabriel, do you have for the support pile? Wow. Okay. And what message do you have for the truth and integrity pile? Truth and integrity. Okay, friends, let's get into, the answer is simple. What message do you have? What additional message do you have for the emerging pile? And support. Support. What message do you have for the support pile? And truth and integrity. What additional message do you have for the truth and integrity pile? Let's go with this one. And Sufi wisdom. Loving message for the emerging pile. Actually, my hands are kind of small. and support. And truth and integrity. Truth and integrity. Let's go with this one. And finally, an angel prayer for the emerging. What prayer message do you have over the emerging pile? And support. What prayer message do you have over the support pile? And finally, the truth and integrity pile. What? Okay. Easy. All right, friends. Get these together. Okay, so if you're still with me up until this point, taking a peek. Once again, emerging, support, truth, and integrity. Let's begin. All right, friends. So those of you who chose the emerging pile, welcome. And so one of the images that I'm already seeing for this pile is coming out of the chrysalis, emerging into a new vibration, a new energy. Maybe some of you, as I spoke in the beginning, are really feeling this new 2020 energy. There's energy out there. Of course, 2020 is perfect vision, right? We all would love 2020 vision to see clearly, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, of course, with our physical eyes. So the 2020 vibration is about clarity. Again, another reason why I chose the Archangel Gabriel cards, because he's the visionary. So I feel like this is speaking to those of you who are feeling like you're emerging into something, but you're not necessarily clear of what it is and how it's going to unfold. So Gabriel's message, media, it says you can reach more people by working with video, audio, print, and online media. I love this. So for those of you who are emerging on your spiritual journey, there's something about, I'm hearing the words, I have something to say. There's something that I want to say. And so this may be encouraging some of you who maybe you learned a lot in 2019. Maybe you did a lot of research or a lot of self-discovery and you have information that you could share with other people. And Gabriel is, his name means voice of God. He's the angel of communication. And those of you who chose the emerging pile, I'm feeling like he's encouraging you to speak your truth. There's a little bit of a shadow here too. And of course, this may not resonate with everybody, but there's a part of me that wants to remind you to be mindful of the type of media you're watching and how it can be a negative or a positive influence on you. So if you are on social media, you're watching news, any type of network media, any type of content, like newspaper, articles, things like that, there's a part that wants to remind you to check in with yourself and how you're feeling when you're watching or experiencing these things. You're emerging into a new space and a new energy, which means you're very susceptible now to conditioning, programming, what feels right, what doesn't feel right, especially in like the era of like YouTube and social media. There's a lot of people putting content out there who may not have done their inner work, who may still be, I shouldn't say that because we're all doing our inner work. Our inner work, of course, is like life. There may be content out there that could be still 3D low vibrational. Now, it's not good or bad, right or wrong. But those of you who chose the emerging pile, there are a lot of paradigm shifts. There's a lot of information that you've outgrown. So I'm not saying they're right or wrong, good or bad. I'm saying in the vibration that they're in, they're creating that energy. So if you notice, every single reading that I do, I open up space, I call on creator, guardian angels, and guides. My intention is to go up to that highest vibration of unconditional and channel absolute loving messages to support you, to comfort you, to teach you, and inspire you. Not everybody's in that space, so I just feel like I want to speak to that part that you get to practice discernment and what is a vibrational match and what isn't. If something is fear invoking within you and it's triggering something within you, you do have the power to pull back. It doesn't mean a no. It doesn't mean a no forever. It means that it's stirring something up within you. So anyway, know that you're in a sensitive space right now, and the angels are asking you to surround yourself with energies that will comfort you, support you, teach you, and inspire you. And again, I may or may not be the reader for you, and that's fine too. Again, it's all a vibrational alignment. So, for those of you who are not in that space, you may be on like, I want to use the word precipice, like a precipice of putting yourself out there, starting to blog, starting to share information, starting to share content. And I have to say, with everything and anything, friends, growth takes time. So if you've started this and it's not taking off, or you're not where you want to be and you're wondering, should I be doing this or not? That is part of the process of growth. Being an entrepreneur and running your own business, it really isn't for everybody. And so this gradual process of growth really strengthens your own inner core. So I feel like Gabriel wants to speak to that part of you who may be feeling insecure or not sure. Understand that you're emerging into new energy, and so is the planet in a lot of ways. So your content may be ahead of its time. People may not be ready to hear it, but it needs to go out there. So let's see. The Emperor is seek an expert. Wow, my gosh. So here's the here's the card. I'm just looking at the image. It's very Alice in Wonderland-ish, and there's a quote out there of a guide who was talking to Alice, and he was basically saying that she's a very real person in a very fake world, and that's why she's in so much pain. And I took it as the Earth Angel Collective. The Earth Angel Collective are very real and kind and honest, and we're truth seekers, and we see truth in things, and we can get a lot of resistance because of it. And there's sometimes an inner battle of what we know to be true and then what we see. The spiritual journey can carry a weight of heaviness, and we're evolving into this vibration of this is me, this is who I am, and so seek an expert. We have this number here, 52. 5 + 2 = 7. 7 is a very spiritually guided number. It's about going into the shadow, going into the depth, being able to see the unseen, and I feel like this speaks to this part right here that's telling you to really be mindful of what you are allowing in your vibration. Remember, we talked about in the beginning of this reading, minor adjustments make huge changes in the long run. I'm really feeling the angels are asking you to be present in your own physical body with how you're feeling. Mindfulness. There's a reason why I felt that energy in the beginning about being present and not getting too far ahead. That like false hope or lifting the spirits. And then when it doesn't happen, you feel that crash of like, what's wrong with me? And that not enough program, that's something that the Earth Angels Collective is outgrowing. And so I feel like that's where they're saying stay in the present and check in with how you're feeling, knowing that things will come and go. It's part of growth and evolution and the spiritual journey, and also know that you can also know that feelings and emotions are an incredible resource for you. Especially, I want to speak to the masculine and the male energies that are watching. So you live in a world that asks you to mask your feelings and emotions, and men and the masculine energies. I really want to speak to male-born masculine energies. You're born, and also to those who vibrate and resonate with masculine energy. You have conditioning and programmings of generations that have asked you to wear a mask and be this unfeeling, provide, protector, make money. And so that vibration is shifting where we are all asking to go within and get in touch with our feelings and emotions. And so masculine energies, I know you're feeling the identity squeeze, because again, just like the Alice in Wonderland, you're still feeling that fake world that wants you to be a certain way, wants you to be hard and unfeeling and moving forward. And that carries, for the Earth Angel male energy that's out there, it carries a vibration of sometimes guilt and shame. The masculine energy for a long time has been hurtful in a way. And so there's this feminine energy that's now rebelling, and we have like the kind of like the war of the vibrations right now, but this is happening planetary, but it's also happening within you. And so I want to speak to the part of you that's being asked to get more in touch with your heart, your feelings and your emotions, your intuition and your gut, and really being able to sort through that thinking mind and what's conditional and what society's beliefs of the way you should be. There is an incredible attraction to healthy feminine energies. And again, this isn't boy-girl. This is masculine, feminine vibration. There's an incredible attraction to the masculine that embodies their strength and their feeling heart. And this is what we're doing. We're on this 9-year cycle of reintegrating true love back on the planet. And every single one of us on the planet are being asked to balance and harmonize the masculine and feminine energy within. And so those that are vibrating and resonate as masculine energy, you're being asked to step out of that role that you have to be hard and non-feeling and get into your own vulnerability. And I can tell you, those evolving females, that is going to fire that energy up. It's going to be a magnet, because the feminine or female energy is now in the feeling body, in the emotions, understanding on deeper levels. And so there's a depth there. So the feminine evolving energy is squeezing the masculine energy to become more in their truth. And so those who are watching that are male or masculine, like a masculine, resonate with the masculine energy, I would love to suggest David Deda's The Way of the Superior Man. And that book talks a lot about the evolution of the masculine energy, the physiological parts, the science parts, the way the brain works. And it is a phenomenal. And those who are feminine, and you're maybe single and maybe you're in that place of open and receptive of a true love or a romance, listening to that can help you understand more of your own inner masculine and what you're open and receptive to. A lot of us are requiring depth of emotion, deeper levels of intimacy. And that means that the masculine energy has to get there. It has to access that heart vibration, the intuition. Your seeds that God has planted within you are flourishing as well. And the beautiful thing is the Earth Angel Masculine Collective are really shifting the world's perspective on masculine and males in general. And so, there's this softness that's coming in, but there's also this strength. There's this stability that's coming in, this protection, but it's about team and working together. Wow. So again, I didn't realize that this is where this was going. But with the Seek the Expert, I feel like, honestly, I want to say God. God is the expert. He knows what is in your best and highest. And as you surrender into that, like I said, and you learn about this stuff, you now become a teacher. You become an embodiment of light on the planet. And just by being you, just by being the authentic, true part of you, you radiate that energy out and you remind other people what they're working towards as well. So it is about being an example and not jumping in to forcefully fix, save, change, and make better. And this is what we're emerging into. Wow. So let me go into Sufi wisdom. Ooh, time to play. So make time to dance and play. So understand that this is where the energy is going, right? We're going to see more couples coming together, more partnerships. And like I said, the idea of partnership has changed over the last 15, 20 years. And so whatever vibration works for you is powerful. And so as this is happening, as the things in the media are shifting, as you're gathering data for content to put out there, maybe it's content to share with your own network, your own community, maybe your friends and family, maybe it's to pull back, maybe, Gabriel is saying, look to like certain types of media to gather information, to understand more about yourself, seek an expert, be very mindful of how you're feeling when you're receiving information, and through it all, play. I spoke in the beginning about this being a time to nurture yourself, this being a time to comfort, to sleep, to recharge, drink your water, eat fresh fruits and vegetables and grains and healthy proteins. Again, get back to making mindful, present decisions about how you're feeling in the moment and create some time to play. And again, this speaks to male and female, masculine and feminine energies. Turn up the music, play games, get into the imaginative, get into the fun. We have this whole buildup of holiday season over. Your bodies need time to recover and recharge. So play and laughter can really be beautiful natural forms of replenishment of your own energy and chi. Of course, clear your vibes, Angel Metatron. This is a beautiful way to end this reading. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. So again, this speaks to maybe if you were overdosed in 2019 on unhealthy media, and maybe you have been clouded as you play. Metatron is helping you to clear your vibes. wow. Understanding that you're in a very sensitive space of emerging. So it's like a newborn baby that's emerged from the womb. If you can think about going into this new decade right here and right now, it's like being a baby fresh out of the womb. They sleep a lot. They need a lot of love and hugs, and they need plenty of time for bonding. And so I feel like being present in the moment, staying in the here and now, like being aligned with the universe, gratitude, enjoying the signs and the numbers and the colors and the initials on license plates and all the way, the birds, the animals, all the ways that the universe is showing you there, it's present for you. Fill up on those things. Wow. This was not what I expected. So let me know in the comments how this spoke to you. There were many depths of dimensions to this reading. And of course, I'm sure by you sharing, it will help others who are really kind of coming into that feeling body, emerging into, wow, this is all new and it's a lot. So if you're in that space, definitely call on the Archangel Metatron to clear your vibes. He has this cube. You can actually Google it, Metatron's cube, and you could print out a version of it and sit and meditate with it. He uses sacred geometry to clear your space. It is believed that Metatron is the guide that watches over the womb when babies are conceived, and he imprints the DNAs that make every single person their own unique person. So he more than, him and God are the ones that really have a true essence to what your calling is, your purpose is, your vibration is. So, you might have gotten a little distorted if you got caught up in this, the unhealthy parts of this. So he's saying, as you emerge, making sure you're clearing your energy and practicing really great spiritual practices. Wow, so that was long. So those of you who chose the emerging pile, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to work with me or find out more about what it is that I do, my information is in the description box below. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you feel like this message could support one of your loved ones, please share. And as always, I send you love with heavenly hugs. All right, so for those of you who chose pile 2 support, welcome. Okay, so we started with, I wanted to start by speaking to the shift in soul groups and different levels of support. Above all, as you leave 2019, and you're nourishing yourself and nurturing yourself in these next couple weeks of 2020. It's like you're getting your bearings in this new vibration. Ask yourself how you may better, or ask God or ask the divine how you may better support yourself going forward. How can you support yourself on deeper levels? I want to speak to this council here who's sending love and light and healing energies to the planet. I feel like, the divine wants you to know that there is this council of healers that are in the spiritual vibration that are there to support you. So some of you may not be feeling supported by humans in this moment, and or maybe there's family dynamics that are shifting, and your guides want to remind you that there is a higher level of support, and you're being asked to go into the receiver mode for a little bit. So Gabriel's message. Oh, keep going, friends. It says, use the energy of any disappointments to fuel your creative project with authentic emotion. Oh boy. So I feel like this is speaking to some of you who maybe you've made some adjustments in your network. Maybe you saw people's true colors in 2019 and you've shifted away. Again, I'm not saying they're right or wrong, good or bad. I'm saying you can vibrationally mismatch somebody and still love them from a distance. You can pull away from somebody and allow them to do their own inner work and still love them and still pray for them. And so your support system may look very different. You may be feeling singular or that on that soul journey where you're feeling alone, but the divine wants to remind you that there is this counsel that is always connected and working with you. You just have to be present and mindful of how you're feeling and be open to receive that. Remember, the universe abides by the law of free will. Even God abides by the law of free will. They will not intervene unless it's a matter of life and death and it's not your time yet. They don't. So we really have to practice very good spiritual practices to be open to receiving support from the divine. That means taking a time out, taking a pause, sitting down, opening up space, clearing your energy, whatever it is that you do to maintain your spiritual energy and being open and receptive. And so this is a message that you're on track. Keep going. There is this void that I'm feeling of unknowing and uncertainty. And so maybe some of you have gotten frozen and you're feeling like an outcast or an outsider. I just saw this meme the other day that it says sometimes the black sheep is the only one telling the truth, So I think it can very resonate with the Earth Angel Collective, where we feel like the black sheep. So we feel like nobody gets us or understands. And that speaks to our programming of not enough. And it actually speaks to our mission to individualize, to show up in the world and be present in the essence of who we truly are in a world that is constantly evolving and changing and conditioned. And there's just so much that's in that. So I feel like that's where Gabriel's reminding you to keep going, that you do have the support of the universe and they're working very closely with you. So the next message, is create. So we have the 6 energy here. So 6 is like a family number. 6 is, it's a home. For me, it's an energy of home and family. And home can be your physical domain. And then also too, home can represent your physical body. And a sense of home for you in your community. And so I feel like your guides are asking you to create. And when you're in that creative mode, you feel more in alignment with yourself, home in your own physical body. So using the energy of disappointments to find your creative project with authentic emotion, or to fuel your creative project. And then we have create here. So when we're disappointed, or when we've expected people to show up or be there, maybe you had this really great idea, or maybe you were really excited about something and it didn't work out the way you expected, being able to use that disappointment as like, okay, what have I learned from it? What have I learned from it? Who am I because of this? And how can I move forward from it? And that's that part of sometimes things come in our lives for like a blip in time for us to learn more about ourselves. So when you can thank those experiences, those people, those places, those ideas, when you can thank them and then transform it into, okay, how can I learn from this? Who am I because of it? And how can I move forward? It really activates that energy of creativity and saying, okay, let me keep going. How do I move forward from this? How do I accept this is where I'm at, but from here, how do I move forward? So I feel like your guides are encouraging you not to give up, that keep going, that being squeezed and challenged is part of the human experience, and it's part of the growth process, and it's just as natural as a newborn baby outgrows their diapers in a couple months, or a kindergartner outgrows their pants throughout kindergarten. It's a natural growth process, and we have to stop looking at things as good or bad, right or wrong. They can be disappointing and liberating. They can be frustrating and confusing and annoying, and it can give you an opportunity to know more about yourself, and it can spark 10 more ideas from it. So if we can get back into that thinking of it's not about A to B, it's about how do I create? How do I continue to create in alignment with what the divine is showing me, teaching me, and then from there, moving forward one step at a time. You've got to be flexible in this new energy. You've got to be pliable. You've got to be moldable. You got to be open and receptive. And in turn, the angels and guides can come in and support you in different ways. Remember, we left a very different vibration and we're going into a brand new energy. So Sufi wisdom says, do not be frustrated, right? Easier said than done, friends. It says, let go and feel peaceful. So I feel like this, I want to speak to those of you who may not be feeling supported, those of you who are feeling maybe misunderstood, those of you who want so badly to grow and expand. This may be to some of you who are entrepreneurs yourself. This might be to some of you who started things in that last decade and it's really not panning out the way you expected. Maybe you are dating and that's not panning out how you expected. Maybe you were starting a new job and that's not panning out how you expected. The universe is saying that it's okay. We're here to support you, and we're shifting in the vibration. We have to also remember the learning process, right? When a kid is learning how to ride their bike, it's frustrating and they're falling off the bike and they're maybe getting hurt and it's painful. Those who are learning how to write, right? I remember learning how to write as a left-hander. Was the only one in my family at the time who was left-handed, and I mean now my niece is, but we're the only ones. So to learn how to write when nobody else can help you could be really frustrating. So we got to understand that we've experienced this energy over and over and over again. And sometimes we live in a society where it looks like things just happen overnight and it's magical and it's so fast and so easy, but we don't see the backstory behind it. So I feel like I want to speak to those parts of you who are learning and you're moving through a process. This is one of the things that I'm embracing right now is patience with the process, and I'm learning, and it's not about being perfect and getting it right all the time. When I embark on a new journey, it's going to take a step-by-step process to get there. So I feel like wants to speak to some of you. Of course, it's easy to say, oh, don't be frustrated, let go and feel peaceful. If you can move into the energy of accept in this space right now, January 2020, or really whenever you're guided to watch, understand that you're here in this place for a reason. If you can accept, this is where I'm at in the present moment. From here, you can be open and receptive to receiving guidance in which way to move next. I really want to speak to the Earth Angel Collective, where the universe is asking you to check in, to co-create, manifest with the universe, and be very mindful of like the old programming and the old ways of doing things, of how to grow a business, how to manifest love, how to find your purpose. There's a lot of old vibrational energy out there that we've just shifted out that's just not working anymore. It's how do you access and create love and beauty in the world? How are you going in? What lights you up? What gets you excited? And from there, you're going to move forward in this new vibrational energy. It's going to feel very confusing. It's going to feel very dense for a little bit. And that's why I say I want to speak to those messages I keep getting about nurturing yourself, recharging, really getting acclimated into this new vibration. And then finally, the prayer over you, of course, live in joy. What lights you up? What ignites your soul? What makes you laugh? What makes you feel good? I've really, I live here in New England, and it's been cold and warm and cold and warm. And it was funny because last night when I was going to sleep, I was freezing. I was shivering and I was cold, and I was getting annoyed with the cold. And there was a part of me that said, hey, girl, this is how you feel alive. And so breathe into it and feel it all in your body. It's enlivening your system. And so I sat there for a couple minutes and I just embraced the feelings in my body. And then I got up and turned up the heat. So it was just giving me, a chance to lean into something that wasn't pleasurable, embrace it, and then actively make the adjustment. So live in joy. You might not know what brings you joy. Like I said, you're coming out of a different vibration. It says, thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow my joy. Again, I want to speak to those that are saying, don't give up. If you're in that process of manifesting love, a job, growing your career, here comes the sirens. That's Archangel Michael. He wants to also be present. Hold on a second. I don't want to talk over. So Michael's also saying, I'm here for you. I can show you the way. Invite me in. He's this beautiful purple color, indigo, royal blue, royal purple mix. As the angel of protection. He loves nothing more than when the Earth Angel Collective are laughing. Laughter carries such a vibration of joy. The last reading, we talked about laughter and play. That came up as well. So it's an overall theme so far of remembering the laughter and the play. Living in your joy. So joy is a depth of a feeling within, regardless of what's going on around you. The book that I'm seeing is the Dalai Lama and Tutu. Oh gosh, he's a priest or a pastor. Tutu, I believe. Forgive me, I'm not giving his title clearly, but I think it's called the Book of Joy. And that's a really great book. If you're nestled up and you're recharging, you can get it on Audible. I'm sure you can get it from your library. But it is a great book on two people who come from very different worlds and how they embrace joy in a world of upheaval and challenge and adversity. So again, maybe tapping into the energy of joy, meditating on the word to invoke that within you. Because remember, Earth angels have been hermits and recluses for so long that the world needs your light. The world needs you to be out and present and expanded and being in your full power of joy to shift the vibration. It's not about making other people laugh and them being happy and them getting evolved in growth. It's about how are you doing that for yourself, with yourself, and how are you showing and bringing that energy to the world. So this next 10-year decade, we're going to be asked to come out of the closet, come out from the house, come out from being a recluse, come out from those dreaded thoughts and feelings that are keeping you contained. It's now time to expand your light. Wow. All right. Wow. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile 2, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in working with me, learning more about me and the work that I do, my information is in the description below. Follow me on social media, like, share, subscribe, comment, any of those things. Just support my channel and expand my reach. If you know somebody that could benefit from these readings, please share with them as well. And as always, I send you love with heavenly hugs. Okay. So for those of you who chose the Truth and Integrity pile, welcome. So I'm immediately guided to say, what is truth and integrity? authenticity. Getting to the heart of the matter. I feel like these are the messages that are coming up. I'm also feeling the energy of the mirror or the projection of ourselves and others in the world. So I'm also want to speak to, we were talking about, like in the beginning when I chose these, about decisions. And if you're caught up and you're unsure, what is the truth in the matter? Who is right? What do I listen to? I feel God's presence and his energy saying, pull back and come to me. I will show you truth. And I have to say, sometimes he reveals things that we didn't expect. Sometimes we see things in people that are really disappointing and hard to see. There's also an energy of getting to the heart of the matter, truth and integrity within yourself. Going into this 2020 energy in this first week, I feel like you're being asked to go deeper within yourself, being able to face the shadow stuff within you that are a challenge, and getting more clarity. So I keep seeing the number 9. So those of you who have a 9 in your life path number, so I have a life path number 9 in my chart, and that is truth and integrity. So personally, on a spiritual journey, I have chosen these numbers to come in to learn about. So I have chosen on a spiritual journey to learn about truth and integrity. And typically people who have a 9 in their vibration, anybody who's not in their integrity, it can really fire you up. People who have a 9 who are earth angels can be so truthful and so honest and so kind that sometimes it leaves us wide open to be taken advantage of. And then we see the mirror of what it looks like to not be in your truth and integrity. So I feel like the universe is asking you to uncover that. I do have a life purpose reading on my services calendar where I get into your numbers. If this is something that you're interested in, knowing more about your spiritual journey and what you've come into this life to learn about, it's very informative. And I'll tell you, it's been life-changing for me. That's why I offer it, because I think it's very empowering for the Earth Angel Collective. But I feel like we're unpacking truth and integrity of yourself in this pile. So let me see what Gabriel has to say. Wow, blocks lifted. Amazing. Previous obstacles came from fear, and they're now lifted away. Incredible. So those of you who have been challenged with decisions, you're seeing things that are less than ideal, that may be hurtful, that may be painful, being able to accept things as they are, and not wanting to control and keep things the same. Remember, in a lot of ways, energetically, you're asking for more. And the more you want, the more things need to shift and change. So I want to speak to those of you who chose this pile and being flexible with change. That as you evolve and grow, you're seeing things more clearly, especially as we walk into this new decade and this new vibration. So this is speaking to the parts that blocks are being lifted. Blocks in decisions, blocks in what do I do next and how do I move forward. You really had to go through that challenging 2018 and 19 to understand yourself on deeper levels. And as long as you're moving forward in your own truth and integrity with what you feel is right in your heart, I feel like that's where the energy is being lifted. Wow, that's beautiful. I just felt like, so I just saw the cross being lifted off the back, like the burden of everything is on my shoulders being lifted. And again, I want to speak to that part of us, or that part of the collective that keeps talking about these next few weeks about nurturing, recovery, recharge, replenish, sleep, rest. So often after the new year, we want to burst out of the gate, do everything that we didn't do in the year before. And I can say it just never works out well for us. And we end up, mid-month crashing, or I'm sorry, mid-year crashing, or mid-month crashing. So I really want you to move forward being very gentle, very kind, and easy for yourself. Understand that the universe is starting to lift these burdens, starting to lift these blocks, starting to lift, because you're now understanding what your truth and integrity is, what is in alignment with you going forward. So this answer is simple card is look forward. I love it. So as the blocks are being lifted, again, this is a 5 number, right? 5 is about change and transition, but it's changing and transitioning ways of thinking. What have you resisted? What have you tried to force to make things happen that didn't work out? How do you surrender into flow? How do you relax into flexibility and change? And when I see this card look forward with this, it feels like you're being guided to look forward in how you want to feel. Maybe you want to feel peaceful. Maybe you want to feel healthy. Maybe you want to feel alive. Maybe you want to feel adventurous. Maybe you want to feel stable, secure financially. Maybe you want to feel in love. Maybe you want to feel lit up in a partnership. So instead of looking forward into, I want this money, this car, this job, this type of romance or partnership, this marriage, instead of looking at those things, maybe looking forward with how you want to feel. I want to feel loved. I want to feel cherished. I want to feel lit up. I want to feel powerful. I want to feel strong, and feel that in your body. As these blocks are being lifted and the fears are being lifted away, you've really got to fill it with a healthier version of that energy. So if you want to feel joy, embrace yourself and surround yourself with things that bring you joy. I love flowers. I love roses. I love going to Trader Joe's and checking out their flowers and the colors. I just love that. It just brings me joy. So I like to surround myself with it. And so in that, it invokes a feeling within me. And in that feeling, I say, God, more of this or something even, more color, more beauty, more softness, more elegance in my life, this or something even better. It's about being present and mindful. It's about staying in the moment, as I spoke to the part where I channeled in the beginning of this reading for everybody who's watching this. So look forward with how you want to feel. It's exciting to look forward to all the beauty that's going to unfold, and understand that you're clearing away worries and fears, and you're making different kinds of decisions, and there's a lot of uncertainty, and it's okay. You're never alone. The universe is with you, supporting you. And the Sufi wisdom, make friends. Friendship is the alchemy of success. So some of you may have been so caught up in the action and the doing that you forgot about how fun life can be. And now that you've gotten more clarity on truth and integrity and decisions, and you're moving forward to how you want to feel, ask the universe to align you or connect you with people who are in that vibration as well. People who are playful, people who are excited, people who want to lift you up as well as you lifting them up. Friendship is the alchemy of success. I also want to speak to this part that says befriend the universe, befriend God, befriend the angels. You being friends with yourself and the divine is first and foremost. There's no coincidence that in this card there you have a singular person on a journey, right? And on this journey you always have the friendship of the divine. And so again, some of you may be moving forward on a soul or singular journey. Maybe you've opted out and maybe made some decisions to move away from certain energies. Again, it doesn't mean they're good or bad, right or wrong. It's something that you need to do for yourself on your own journey. And so I really want to speak to the reminder of being friends with yourself. That is the balance of the masculine and feminine energy within. If you've got the feminine rebel and the dominant masculine within you that wants to control, the critic and the bully, and then you have this distorted feminine within you that wants to rebel and wants to procrastinate and put things off. And then you have this other energy of this tug of war that's saying, get this done. You have to do it this way. It needs to be done this way. You're going to be at odds with yourself, right? So when you can get comfortable with moving forward, like I want to feel joy within, I want to feel peace within, maybe doing some inner work on masculine and feminine energies, maybe understanding what that is, maybe undoing some shadow work. There's so many beautiful therapists, spiritually guided, spiritually driven therapists out there that are really doing psychological work in the spiritual realm, and it's pretty incredible. I mean, I've been doing that work myself, and again, this has been powerful, making friends within myself. Once I know myself, the kindness, the funny, the playful, the insightful, the girly, the feminine parts of me, then what happens is naturally that energy that's in alignment can come in. The balance in that energy can come in. So I feel like some of you who are outside of yourself, or maybe you're at odds with yourself, or if you've been in this tug of war and you don't know what the truth is, and you've got a lot of these true colors that are being presented to you, know that this is all being lifted, and it's now time to move forward and create energies from that harmonious place within. And then the final message, because of all this, you get spiritual abundance. Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. So when we can laugh and play and sing and dance, when you can look around and you can say, I have, and I'm experiencing, and I'm part of an incredible network of beautiful, loving, kind, motivated, driven, spiritually powerful, spiritual successful energies, it activates this essence of abundance within. Abraham, for Esther Hicks, she channels Abraham. She talks about that all the time. It's about aligning. It's not about hustling and forcing and make things happen. You're constricting energy and you're resisting spiritual abundance. But when you can know deep in your core, in your truth and integrity, that you are worthy of and deserving of God's love and assistance and force and power and beauty and spiritual abundance, when you can feel that, I feel amazing, and this is my birthright, and this is why I'm here on this planet, and this is what lights me up, knowing that it's a singular journey, that not everybody's going to get it, not everybody's going to understand it, not everybody's going to be a part of it, and that's okay. That's what makes us all unique and different on this planet. That's what keeps the polar energy, right? It's the severely poor and incredible wealth, right? You have that broad spectrum and everything else in between. It keeps a dynamic of balance on the planet, and neither is right or wrong, good or bad. It's a polar energy, and many of us are in between somewhere, right? And so when we can eliminate those programs of what's right or wrong and the way things should be and the way they need to be and who's right and what's happening and what is this one doing and the world's falling apart and all this craziness, remember, planet Earth has been around for eons. She's experienced many, many, many transformations in power, and people in the human energy has always survived, and here we are in another midst of transformation and change. And so when you can go within yourself, when you can remember the love, when you can remember the peace, remember the happiness, and then really go into your truth and integrity, what's your story and what have you come here for and what do you want to activate on this planet within yourself, you become an embodiment for it, and then you radiate that energy out and attracts more spiritual abundance. So even the affirmation, thank you for blessing me with infinite abundance. And then taking a step back and asking, what does that mean? What does spiritual abundance mean? There's so many vibrations and energies in that. Maybe you'll see it in the world. Maybe you'll see a reflection of it saying, wow, that feels really good. That or something even better. Remember, this spiritual journey, this evolution, this inner work is life. It's life homework as a being in the Earth Angel Collective, as being an empathic person, a highly sensitive person and intuitive, this is the journey, and how we move through it is our choice. And, for me going forward, I would love to continue to laugh and play and sing and dance. Also knowing that things can get challenging and I've got a lot to learn, and there's a lot of shifting that's going on. And so my word this year, I talked in other videos about my word being surrender. And what I didn't realize was I was being asked to surrender in that time period, in that moment. And so when I went into 2020, I kind of did a meditation on New Year's Eve, and the word that came to me was trust. And it makes so much sense, going forward is, okay, how do I trust? How do I trust in my own truth and integrity? How do I trust in the divine plan? How do I trust my own intuition? How do I trust the projects that I'm creating and the energy that I'm putting out there? And so that's going to be my word this year. And it really is a surrendering into process and surrendering into the true essence of my spiritual being. So I encourage you to do the same. Wow, I love it. Whew. All right, friends. So those of you who chose the truth and integrity pile, thank you so much for watching. If you've been inspired and want to share in the comments, please do so. If you know somebody who could benefit from any of these readings, please share, subscribe, like. All of those things help my channel reach more people. And if you want to know more about me or work with me in some way, all that information is in the description box below. So if you're ending here, I send you love with heavenly hugs. All right. And so for those of you who like to stick around and close space and close energy with me, I want to thank all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance for you today. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done, in mind, body, spirit, and emotions in all ways. So thank you for staying with me up until this point. I love you so much. Thank you for being you. Thank you for showing up. It really is a true blessing to the world. Know that God loves you so much. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition. And I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.